in a place for that. So why he would come up to me like, you feel me?
Yeah.
And he wasn't even like in the right state of mind anyway. So.
He owes a bunch of gambling debts. Floyd, okay? And he tried to plant fake news out here saying that he was in downtown LA giving out money, and then he was at the, what do you call it, the basketball game. This is Floyd in Dubai. Yeah,
A lot of people don't know that what Floyd do. A lot of people don't know what Floyd, everything that Floyd said right there, the chrome heart bed, the Maybach, the Lloyd, that was all in my post.
In a story that has rocked both the sports and financial sectors, shocking allegations have surfaced tying Floyd Mayweather Jr. to a phantom $42 million real estate deal, all while his already fractured relationship with former protégé Gervonta Davis continues to unravel publicly. According to public records, Mayweather's bold claim that he had secured 62 rental properties in Manhattan through his VA properties firm appears unsubstantiated, with no official documentation confirming the transaction. This discrepancy sparked immediate speculation of fraud and ignited rumors that the deal was nothing more than smoke and mirrors.
So we got more boxing news allegations that Floyd Money Mayweather has gone broke. Now personally, I don't believe it, but you got Tank making posts, you got other people from Saudi Arabia making posts, so y'all let me know in the comments if y'all really believe this or if they just making these stories up.
Floyd Mayweather is super rich, that he's super balling, and that he's rich beyond belief and all of this stuff, but you guys can't believe the hype, yo. I just got tipped off by one of my homies in Saudi. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I have a very good relationship with a lot of the princes in Saudi are my homies. You know, I've known them for over 15 years. Listen, man, Floyd Mayweather owes a lot of people in the Middle East a lot of money.
The controversy reignited in April 2025 when financial analysts noticed the absence of property transfers typically associated with such large acquisitions. This fueled growing suspicion that Mayweather may have either grossly exaggerated or entirely fabricated the deal. Complicating matters, Gervonta Davis publicly resurfaced with fresh accusations, reigniting their long-standing feud by claiming that Mayweather had been effectively trapped in Dubai over unpaid debts in 2024. Davis's claims painted a picture of hidden financial troubles that caught both fans and business insiders off guard. In February 2025, Mayweather had proudly announced on Instagram that his company had successfully closed the $42 million purchase of 62 rent-regulated apartment buildings in Upper Manhattan, describing it as a major shift away from his famously lavish lifestyle towards building long-term wealth. The announcement seemed aimed at combating persistent stereotypes that elite athletes squander their fortunes. But within weeks, New York City property records, usually updated promptly after real estate transactions, showed no ownership changes for the properties in question. The NYC Housing Partnership, which works closely with many of these rent-regulated properties, confirmed they had not been notified of any sale. Real estate experts emphasized that a legitimate purchase of this scale would have required dozens of public filings and regulatory updates, yet none were found. Reports from The Real Deal and Business Insider quoted anonymous sources suggesting that Mayweather may have only purchased a minority stake, with the option to buy more later, a far cry from the sweeping acquisition he initially boasted about. To make matters worse, when Mayweather's own associates attempted to defend the deal on conference calls, their accounts were inconsistent, and one key voice didn't even match previous recordings of James McNair, Mayweather's longtime business partner. The glaring gap between Mayweather's public announcement and the lack of public records led some to brand the entire situation as potential fraud. Was it an innocent miscommunication, a flashy marketing play, or a deliberate deception? Financial watchdogs and real estate analysts have since called for a full audit, warning that even if this was a misunderstanding, it could severely erode trust in celebrity-led investments. Black Enterprise also highlighted the absence of credible documentation, suggesting that the so-called $42 million deal may not be entirely factual. Gervonta Davis, once Mayweather's brightest protégé, first rose under his banner in 2015, training under Mayweather Promotions and benefiting from the champion's mentorship. However, by late 2022, their relationship crumbled as Davis departed to seek new management under Al Heyman. Although both men publicly expressed mutual respect at first, their alliance completely disintegrated into open hostility by 2023.
Me. He was going at me. And I knew for sure he was going at me. That's why I went at him. There's no reason for me to go at Floyd.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Cause I feel like y'all got, I would say love, hate, but it's been like the last interview you showed them love. This week it was whatever. But is that sometimes like, you know, is it just like big bro, little bro seeing things different, or what is it to you?
No, Floyd don't never. He felt as though I'm at that point where as though I passed him. And I'm doing it at a young age. Wait, like when Floyd was 29, you'll see, bro.
Yeah.
That deal that I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh, that's a part of the deal.
He don't know about that yet. But that's bigger than his deal.
He was coming for me, over and over, and I knew for a fact it was directed at me. That's why I fired back, Davis admitted when reflecting on the conflict. I really didn't have any reason to go at Floyd. I was actually wondering why he was coming at me in the first place. It's almost like a love-hate thing with us. One interview he's showing me love, and then the next he's taking shots. Sometimes I think it's just the big brother, little brother dynamic, seeing things differently, but honestly, I think it goes deeper. Floyd felt I was surpassing him, and doing it at a much younger age than he did. When Floyd was 29, I'm already hitting deals bigger than what he ever imagined. That deal I'm talking about? Yeah, it's one he doesn't even know about yet, but it's bigger than anything he's pulled off.
He owes a bunch of gambling debts. Floyd, okay? And he tried to plant fake news out here saying that he was in downtown LA giving out money, and then he was at the, the basketball game. This is Floyd in Dubai. Yeah,
In April 2024, Davis took his frustrations public, alleging on social media that Mayweather had been stranded in Dubai over unpaid debts. He's been stuck there for a while, Davis claimed, suggesting that Mayweather wasn't delivering on services he was paid for and had essentially burned bridges with international partners. Essentially Sports reported that Mayweather's Dubai trip, originally perceived as a luxurious vacation, suddenly stretched far longer than expected, hinting at complications that went far beyond simple visa issues. According to Give Me Sport, Davis subtly suggested that Mayweather was actually being held by local authorities due to unresolved financial obligations completely unrelated to boxing. In response, Mayweather mocked the accusations, posting pictures of himself partying in Dubai's lavish clubs but carefully avoided directly denying the debt claims. As the $42 million real estate scandal dominated headlines, Davis seized the moment to directly tie Mayweather's alleged fraudulent deal to the financial troubles that reportedly ensnared him in Dubai. On X, Davis praised Business Insider's exposé, asking whether Mayweather's financial empire was built entirely on illusion, stoking fresh doubts about the legitimacy of his mentor's wealth. Davis continued to publicly accuse Mayweather of being a fraud, encouraging fellow fighters to perform intense due diligence before trusting any business deals under the Money Mayweather brand. Boxing agent Rick Glazer amplified Davis's claims, tweeting that credible sources in Dubai confirmed Mayweather was indeed detained by the government's court system for owing significant amounts of money, lending further credibility to Davis's story. Boxing News reported that Davis warned other fighters to stay cautious when dealing with Mayweather, bluntly calling him a fraud and exposing what Davis believed to be financial manipulation masked by Mayweather's carefully curated public image. TalkSport tracked the rapidly escalating feud, noting that fans and media were stunned by the depth of Davis's accusations, especially given Mayweather's reputation as one of the most financially astute athletes in history. The divide between Mayweather's legendary image of untouchable wealth and these newly surfaced liabilities had never appeared wider.
Because there's a lot of people out here that think just because people are flashing money means that they have money. It's so backwards. You just don't understand how backwards it is, okay? Because when you earn it, like I said, you don't want nobody to know you got it. But here's the thing, if Floyd had money, don't you think the money would have already been transferred there? If Floyd had money, don't you think the money would have already been transferred there?
The explosive collision of a potentially fraudulent multi-million-dollar real estate deal and insider revelations about Mayweather's alleged hidden debts serves as a sobering warning about the risks involved in celebrity-driven business ventures. Investors often trust the star power and glossy branding of public figures to justify massive capital investments, but when that carefully constructed image begins to crack, the consequences can be catastrophic. If the $42 million real estate transaction is proven false or grossly exaggerated, and if Mayweather's alleged debts are as substantial as claimed, the ripple effects could devastate his financial empire. Investors tied to his ventures might face significant losses, real estate partners could see their property valuations plummet, and lenders might pull their funding or demand immediate transparency. The situation could quickly spiral, leading to the collapse of associated projects and casting doubt on the viability of other celebrity-backed investment deals. Regulators are already paying close attention to the growing gap between Mayweather's announcements and verifiable public records. Financial watchdogs and lawmakers could soon introduce stricter rules for celebrity-endorsed investments, potentially requiring third-party audits, faster filing deadlines, and more transparent disclosure processes to protect investors from similar deceptions. Industry commentators are now suggesting that public figures who announce multi-million-dollar acquisitions may soon be required to submit verifiable proof directly to financial or real estate authorities within a set period to maintain accountability. Gervonta Davis's decision to publicly expose Floyd Mayweather's alleged financial instability, connecting high-profile fraud claims to tales of unpaid international debts, has reignited a bitter feud that now transcends personal rivalry. It has sparked serious questions about accountability, transparency, and the seductive illusion of celebrity wealth. As regulatory agencies weigh possible investigations and investors re-evaluate their exposure, Mayweather's legacy, both as a boxing icon and as a businessman, is now hanging by a thread.
Lessons and things like that, you know what I mean? He ain't never shy away from me, you know what I mean, ever since, we ever linked up, so. Yeah. That's probably one of the reasons why I'm like that with people that come behind me. I like to show love type shit.
For Gervonta Davis, his decision to publicly snitch on Floyd Mayweather may serve as both personal vindication and a stark cautionary tale to others in the industry. Davis's bold move highlights a key truth: no amount of global fame or carefully constructed image can shield anyone from the consequences of financial misrepresentation. On a larger scale, this saga might signal a turning point for the boxing and entertainment industries, ushering in a new era where the glitter and allure of stardom must be matched by the scrutiny of detailed audits and hard, verifiable facts. The days when headlines could pass without question may soon be over, replaced by a reality where the truth is not optional but mandatory. Despite their long professional history, Gervonta Davis and Floyd Mayweather now find themselves trapped in an increasingly bitter and public feud. Recently, tensions escalated dramatically when Davis openly threatened to physically confront his former mentor, declaring he intended to knock Mayweather out the next time they crossed paths. This threat didn't come from nowhere, it stemmed from lingering resentment, particularly tied to the period following Davis's jail sentence for a 2020 hit-and-run incident. Though Davis spent much of his career under the Mayweather Promotions banner, their relationship had been fraying for years. Cracks began appearing as early as 2017, even as Davis rose to become a world champion. By late 2022, after his victory over Rolando Romero, Davis officially parted ways with Mayweather Promotions, choosing instead to chart his own course with Al Heyman as his advisor. At first, the split appeared amicable, with no visible signs of hostility. However, friction resurfaced ahead of Davis's blockbuster fight against Ryan Garcia in April 2023. When Davis accused Mayweather of deliberately blocking him from training at the Mayweather Gym, an essential facility for his fight preparations. Even though Mayweather publicly attended Davis's win over Garcia, appearing to lend his support, tensions soon reignited. Mayweather's subsequent criticism of modern fighters, accusing them of being obsessed with fame and material wealth, was perceived by Davis as a veiled attack. Davis immediately retaliated on social media, lashing out and accusing Mayweather of fraudulent financial behavior, branding him a hater, and calling him out for his apparent double standards. What's clear is that this isn't a simple rivalry, it's a long-running saga of love, betrayal, professional ambition, and bruised egos that has played out for years across interviews, gym bans, and combative social media exchanges.
How about Mayweather?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think that Mayweather was unquestionably one of the best ever. But I don't know. I mean, it's difficult to say he's not a true fighter because he fought everybody he could of his era. but he was a different kind of skill set. You know, he was very much hit and don't get hit, which is the art of boxing. I think sometimes when these guys carry on and they do the exhibitions and all that kind of stuff, it just sort of diminishes the legacy a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
And that's what I feel like's happened with Mayweather.
Why do you think he does those things, though? Do you think
for money?
I
don't think he's got the money he says. That's what I think.
I think he still needs the money.
I don't
after
think
all
he
these
needs
years.
the money. But you know when you got that lifestyle, right? So when you're spending what he's spending,
it's a lot of expense.
While Gervonta "Tank" Davis was publicly claiming that Floyd Mayweather had been stranded in Dubai over unpaid debts, Mayweather surprised everyone by making a show of cruising the Dubai waters, but not in the lavish yacht fans might have expected. Instead, he was seen aboard a relatively modest boat. Though Mayweather being Mayweather, he didn't pass up the opportunity to flaunt his signature style. As always, he was dripping in extravagance, his diamond and gold chains glimmering in the sunlight, reminding everyone of his decades-long love affair with wealth and luxury. Mayweather's reputation for excessive spending is legendary. Back in 2018, TMZ reported that he had dropped an astonishing $5.3 million during a single shopping spree, which included a jaw-dropping 30-carat pear-shaped VVS diamond ring, a 4.5-carat diamond bracelet, a 2-pound solid gold necklace, and 3 luxurious watches. Rolling Stone had previously reported that Mayweather spent a staggering $10 million in 2015 on a 50-carat diamond ring and a lavish necklace adorned with 74 diamonds. His indulgences have extended beyond jewelry. In 2016, he flaunted his purchase of 5 Hermes handbags totaling over $400,000, showing off his haul on Instagram. By 2019, he was boasting about owning the world's largest Chanel bag, a hula hoop-style design valued at around $2,400. His extravagant lifestyle wasn't limited to shopping. Mayweather has long been known for placing high-stakes bets, particularly on boxing and major sports events like the NFL and NBA. In 2014 alone, he reportedly earned a staggering $4.7 million in just 1 month betting on NFL games, and in 2015 he made over $1 million through NBA and boxing wagers. However, as much as Mayweather's gambling wins have been publicized, reports have also circulated that his losses have been equally jaw-dropping, with some suggesting he lost up to $50 million in 2017 alone. Despite the widespread image of limitless wealth, reports have continued to circulate that Mayweather's finances may not be as robust as he projects. Matchroom boxing promoter Eddie Hearn notably sparked conversation when he publicly claimed that Mayweather's participation in exhibition fights might be driven more by financial necessity than personal choice, challenging the pound-for-pound legend's carefully maintained narrative. Given that Floyd Mayweather has long called himself money, it was inevitable that Eddie Hearn's remarks would strike a nerve. When Mayweather found out that Hearn was visiting a boxing gym in Las Vegas, a face-to-face exchange seemed unavoidable. Though Hearn, one of the most respected promoters in the global boxing scene, has frequently voiced doubts about Mayweather's reported financial standing, the anticipated confrontation turned out to be surprisingly cordial. A video of their meeting surfaced showing Mayweather casually confessing, "I like Eddie," before calmly explaining how he became aware of Hearn's pointed comments about his finances. Despite not having any formal professional ties, Hearn has continued to question the sustainability of Mayweather's wealth, arguing that the fighter's lavish lifestyle could be catching up with him. He's not the only one. In the lead-up to Mayweather's mega fight against Conor McGregor in August 2017, McGregor himself repeatedly suggested that Mayweather's primary motivation for the fight was his looming tax troubles. Although Mayweather retired after that win with an unblemished 50-0 record, he has since reportedly earned millions through various high-profile exhibitions. In his conversation with Hearn, Mayweather insisted that he was participating in these bouts purely out of choice, not financial desperation. However, questions persist about whether Mayweather's exhibitions are truly driven by passion or necessity. In late 2024, rumors briefly swirled about a potential exhibition fight between Mayweather and former Manchester United star Rio Ferdinand, rumors that were quickly dismissed. Yet, Mayweather's unpredictable fight history suggests that if the price is right, nearly any matchup is possible. Former champion Amir Khan publicly expressed sadness over reports that Mayweather might be facing bankruptcy. Khan pointed out that Mayweather's flashy lifestyle, particularly in Dubai, could be unsustainable, potentially forcing him to keep fighting to maintain it. Khan also revealed that former US President Donald Trump had declined an invitation to attend Mayweather's fight with Canelo Alvarez. Additionally, Khan admitted he nearly signed with Dana White and Turki Al-Shika's new boxing league, which he believes will dramatically reshape the sport. Reflecting on Mayweather's reported downfall, Khan said, "It's sad, but karma's a ___. You can't go around flaunting money like that when so many people around the world are living in poverty. We invest our money, he throws it around and tries to put everyone else down." Conor McGregor also re-entered the narrative, claiming that Mayweather violated their verbal agreement for a rematch in the UFC. McGregor's boxing debut against Mayweather in 2017 was one of the most watched fights in history, and despite his defeat, McGregor earned a massive £100 million. He later told Fox Sports that Mayweather had agreed to a follow-up fight in MMA.
Now, that's the honest truth.
Man, your videos are looking intense.
He should have paid his taxes and stayed retired.
Really? so
kept my name out of his mouth.
Right. All right, champ. Enjoy.
In October 2024, Floyd Mayweather attempted to silence the growing rumors of financial distress by announcing a monumental real estate purchase. He claimed to have closed a $42 million deal in Upper Manhattan, acquiring over 60 buildings with more than 1,000 residential units. Speaking to TMZ, Mayweather reflected on his journey from humble beginnings, saying, "Growing up, I used to dream of owning just one home. When you work hard, you can achieve anything." A month later, in November, Mayweather's spokesperson and Mark Karasik, the managing member of real estate powerhouse 601W Companies, announced Mayweather's investment in one of their flagship portfolios. 601W manages a staggering $10 billion in assets across 18 major office buildings totaling over 10 million square feet. While the exact figure of Mayweather's investment wasn't disclosed, sources suggest it could represent his largest financial commitment to date. However, as 2025 began, yet another controversy emerged, casting fresh doubt on Mayweather's financial dealings.
But, sometimes we have good nights, sometimes we have bad nights, but we always have good paydays.
Despite Mayweather's famous mantra that we always have good paydays, troubling allegations surfaced suggesting that the world's wealthiest boxer, who reportedly earned over $1.22 billion during his illustrious career, may now be facing bankruptcy. The concerns gained traction after reports emerged that employees at Mayweather's Los Angeles gym were protesting over unpaid wages. According to the Daily Mail, staff from the Money Team gym gathered outside the facility on Highland Avenue, holding signs and voicing their grievances through megaphones. Some signs accused Mayweather of operating modern-day slavery, while another bluntly declared, "The Money Team has no money," implying that the empire was crumbling. One employee told the media that they had been silenced from escalating the issue. Who knows if Floyd even knows about this? "We're not allowed to tell him. I can't tell him the studio is closing, and he was here just 2 weeks ago. The financial implications could be serious." California's Labor Code 210 enforces penalties on employers who fail to pay their workers on time, starting from $100 to $200 for initial violations, with additional daily penalties if wages remain unpaid for over 30 days. Employees can also pursue legal action, potentially dragging Mayweather's Money Team into further financial and reputational damage. The threat of gym closures is already materializing. Mayweather's gym in Elk Grove reportedly shut down after the landlord filed a lawsuit for breach of contract, citing over $30,000 in unpaid rent. So that's all from today's video. Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments section, stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next one.